Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. ATR podcast. Gio Garcia here alongside Christian Mosqueda. Special show today. We got a very special guest. You guys have seen him on our show many, many times. He has a big fight coming up. Chris, who do we have today on the show?
Man, we got our boy, long time coming, 30 days out from his big fight, Arnold Barboza Jr.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh,
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
always a pleasure, Arnold. And of course, that big fight that Chris is talking about, November 16th. A long overdue, we can say, right? We talked about this fight many, many times in our past interviews. You're in training camp right now. How do you feel? The big moment is almost here.
Oh man, I feel amazing. I think it's been a fun camp. It's been a fun camp. I think my best camp in a while. So we're excited, man. We're ready to go. Can't wait for the opportunity.
And again, you have a formidable opponent, former champion. A lot of people are saying that he's past his prime, but I'm sure you're not discounting him. How are you getting ready for this fight? How are you mentally locking in for this fight?
Yeah, man. The people that are saying that he's past his prime are crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like Ramirez, man. And I think to fight someone like Ramirez, you gotta be strong physically and mentally. He's gonna take you into waters you never swam before. So we've been working hard. We're up here in Big Bear right now. So not only am I getting the best ready physically, but also my mental. Is my mentally I'm getting strong, getting stronger, and just having a great camp.
And of course, without giving out the game plan, Arnold, we know who Ramirez is. We know that he's a volume puncher, a very offensive. We know what camp he comes from. What are you expecting to get from Ramirez on fight night?
Man, like you said, I'm expecting the high volume, you know, big pressure, Ramirez, so we're training for everything. My dad's we got a good game plan, and I'm telling you, man, I've had a great camp so far. So everything that's been around here in Big Bear with me, my team, from everyone, man, strength coaches to my chef to my massage guy, man. Everything's been on point, so we're ready.
And Ramirez, as you said, he's only 32 years old. He just fought in April as well, just like you. So this is a big fight, big undercard on that Zurdo Ramirez card. You guys faced off already. Uh, was there anything interesting there in the face off, Arnold, or just business like usual?
No, man, it's business like usual. I have nothing but respect, for Ramirez. He's a good dude, man. He's a good person. But at the end of the day, we got to get it on, man. So I'm excited. This is a fight that been long overdue. Like you guys said, and I'm excited, man.
And once upon a time, Ramirez had that title, and I'm sure you were calling him out. And there's plenty of videos of you calling him out, hoping to get that call. Are you seeing this kind of like, even though the title's not, you feel like this is like your title for you, for yourself personally?
Yeah, I think that this is like you guys interviewed me a long time ago, and I've been asking for this fight. Everyone that's interviewed me, has been asking for this fight. But yeah, man, this fight means a lot to me. It means a lot to me. It means a lot to my team. And this is like my title shot. This is like my big fight that I've been asking for, that I've been wanting. So we got to capitalize.
Did you know this fight was coming, or were you surprised by it?
We kind of knew. Me and Ramirez had a conversation too after my fight in January. After he signed with Golden Boy, he was at my fight, and we talked after the fight, and he said that after he was gonna have a fight coming back, and that we would fight in September. And I remember signing with Golden Boy. When he signed with Golden Boy, he was They they kind of promised me. They said that they said we're gonna try to get you this fight, and they did, man. Like shout out to Oscar and Golden Boy keeping their word, man. Because not a lot of people in this world keep their word, let alone promoters.
And obviously, you've been with several promoters. Now you've been with two of the biggest ones, and you've seen the 140, those big names dance around. And you've been on the outside looking in. How does it feel to finally feel like your name is getting mixed in there with them, and you're going to be getting these fights, and you've just been wanting these opportunities.
Yeah, man, it's coming with a lot of patience, a lot of patience. And like you said, I just always been on the outside looking in. I haven't been able to get the big fights. Now I got it. And I'm excited. Shout out to Golden Boy and shout out to Saudi and Turkey, man, and for making this happen. And I'm excited, man, to be a Saudi.
Yeah, and before we go back to this fight, to stay on the topic of 140 pounds, obviously one of the hottest divisions in boxing at the moment. We've had a lot of movement in the past year or so, and we're still going to get a lot of movement. We have Jack Catterall, Regis Prograis coming up October 26th, Manchester, England. Do you have any thoughts on that fight?
It's gonna be a good fight. I'm not like honestly, man. To be honest with you guys, I'm not really paying attention to nothing as far as like 140-pound fights right now. I'm focused on Ramirez, man. My whole thing up here has been, Ramirez other than some Dodger baseball. It's been, focused on him. Everything's been about him. So that's how we're gonna keep it.
So you're not paying attention to Devin Haney suing or any of that stuff?
Well, I mean, when you go on Instagram, you see it, but I pay it no mind. They ask me about comments on it, and I mean, it's the same thing. I'm like, bro, that's their business. I mean, it has nothing to do with me. That he can sue anybody he wants, but yeah, man, that's on them.
When when you when you think about this Ramirez fight, and obviously, this is like the first name that can go on your resume, and people will be like, "Oh, he's got a name." Does that motivate you to be like, "Hey, I'm lining them up. I got this guy first, and then I'm gonna want to, go after X guy, X guy, X guy." Does that motivate you?
Yeah, of course. I think I've had some pretty good names on my resume already. I had two former world champions. You know, that Ramirez is a unified ex-world champion, unified a former Olympian. So of course, he's a big name, and that's something that to be proud of. Because I mean, I've been fighting these sometimes no-name guys that are very dangerous.
Yeah,
You look at someone like Zorrilla who fought Regis the next fight and made him look like that.
yeah.
So I mean, it's finally time for me to get some recognition.
And when you think about dangerous guys, the one name that comes to mind is the man down from Puerto Rico that nobody wanted to call out. But you were one of the few ones that I saw getting in his Instagram. I was like, whoa, Arnold's got some cojones to be calling this guy out. Where does that come from? Obviously we saw Liam Paro, pull off that boxing upset. Is that something that you feel like I could have done that to him?
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy because the game plan that Liam Paro fought, dude, my dad was talking about that game plan like way before, like a few fights before. And my dad goes, "That's how you could beat him," and I said on interviews, if you see like there's some interviews where I did, I said the way you beat Matias is you gotta match volume with them, and not let him get off in the shots, because your offense is gonna be your defense with them. So I mean, I knew the formula to beat him. I mean, I called him out because I wanted a title shot. Now I get to fight a fight that means more to a title shot than me. So I'm just excited, man. I'm just excited for the opportunity.
And Arnold, do you feel like the public still hasn't seen the best of you? Do you feel like do you elevate to the level of your opponent? Do you feel like there's more layers that the public still hasn't seen?
Of course, absolutely. I think I can honestly say that I think I'm having the best camp that I've had in a long time. The only thing I can compare this camp to, and I think I'm even doing better than this camp than I did was the Salcedo fight. Because I want it so bad. And like I said, I have the right people around me right now. I have the right team around me, man. The support out here it's amazing, man. We're in Big Bear and we're isolated, but I got my team, man, and it's laughs and happy times, man, and it's we're having fun out here, man. So I'm excited.
Arnold, have you been to Saudi Arabia yet?
Man, I've never been to Saudi Arabia. I can't wait, man. Can't wait.
We're thinking of going out there, but we don't know the customs, the culture, the rules. You let us know when you come back, bro, what we should know.
I'll let you guys know for sure.
Have you dealt
Yeah.
with? Sorry, Chris. Have you dealt with Turki Alalshikh personally or not directly yet?
No, not directly, not personally yet. I hope to meet him there. I hope to, give him and all of Saudi and Riyadh a great fight. And I hope that they become fans of me. So that's what we're aiming for.
There's a lot of people that are, saying he's probably the best thing that's happening to boxing in a long time. We see, the money being, poured back into the sport. We see, fights getting made. Sometimes money is an issue, but when the bags are right, it seems like these fights get made. What are your thoughts on him?
Man, I think he's doing an amazing job. I think he's doing an amazing job, and he's like you said, he's bringing boxing back like strong. So I think it's making it to where like all promoters are gonna be forced to just work with each other through him. And that's exciting. Because you said like all these big fights are happening, and now it's like the financials is not really a problem anymore. You know what I'm saying? So it's exciting, man. It's an exciting time, to be in boxing. It's an exciting time to be on a certain level, and it's exciting.
And obviously, you fight obviously for legacy. You fight, to have your name remembered, to change your life. Obviously, you also get into the sport for money. How important would it be to get, not just those legacy fights, but those kinds of fights that will change, your livelihood, not just for you, but for your family and those that come after?
Oh man, that's what we do it for. I mean that's why we sacrifice and do what we do. And it's for them. It's for the family. I hope to leave my mark not only in the sport but for generations to come in my family. So for my kids and my kids' kids and kids' kids. So I hope to leave a mark for them and I hope they can say one day, man, Grandpa was a badass. So I hope to do that.
Arnold, what's the biggest thing that you want to prove with this Jose Ramirez fight?
Oh man, a lot. The most important thing is to show that I'm the best in the division. That I'm a force to be reckoned with. So it's a lot of years of just people doubting me and people never giving me an opportunity. So now is my opportunity to show 'em. So that's what I'm gonna do.
And Arnold, some of these fights, sometimes it's will against will. Sometimes I always say some fighters got to bring out the mama mentality if they have it. Do you feel like this kind of fight is going to push your will against the Jose Ramirez's?
Yeah, of course. Ramirez is a fighter that they like I said, he's gonna take you into waters you never swam before. You gotta be strong mentally, physically, all around. It's gonna show if you ain't dedicated and you're not taking care of yourself, it's gonna show in the fight. Your lifestyle will show in the fight. So, I'm taking pride in of taking care of myself and doing the right thing. So I'm hoping that transitions, which I know it will, to the ring. So come November 16th, man, me versus Ramirez is gonna be fun.
Is there any difference in the lead up to this one as opposed to the other fights? We know some of the big names that you've fought: Salcedo, Jose Pedraza. Is there any difference in this one just because of the build up? It's in a different country. How do you feel going into it?
Yeah, I think everything. I think everything. The like you said, I think it's just the long time that it's been coming for this fight. I think the build up to because it's Saudi. Man, I think everything about this fight is just it's big. So me and him get to showcase it in front of a whole different audience. So I'm pretty sure he's excited as well.
Chris, let's get our last couple questions off. Arnold is in the middle of training camp, so we got to respect his time. So, Chris, if you want to get your last question off.
Yeah, Arnold. Obviously, job number one is to get the job done, get that W. Um, but there's always those fans that say he's got to make a statement or he's got to put something down. How do you approach a fight? When you hear voices like that.
That's the thing. I don't hear the voices. I mean, that's why I'm in Big Bear. So So this is honestly the first interview I've done for this camp. I'm not taking interviews, but I took this one because you guys rock with me since the beginning. But I don't hear voices, man. We don't hear voices, and we don't need to make we don't need to knock them out, and we don't need to bro. We're gonna win, and we're gonna win convincingly, and that should be enough of a statement. However that is, knockout or decision, but bottom line is we're gonna win. So that's the mentality we have.
Arnold, thank you so much for your time. We know you're busy, middle of training camp. We know you're watching the Dodgers right now. What's the score right now? Let's update the people.
They just won, bro. They already won.
Oh, he's happy. He's happy.
Yeah, bro. We just need one more game, and that's it. It's a wrap. Go to the World Series.
If they go to the World Series, when do those games fall? Do they fight? Do they fall close to your fight? In a round?
Sure. I think I might be able to catch a game or two before my fight.
Okay, for sure. Awesome. Now, thank you for your time, Arnold. I'll have Gio wrap it up.
Yeah, again, November 16th, big fight, Jose Ramirez. Long time coming. This is going to shape a lot of what's going on at 140 pounds. Jose Rayo Valenzuela just won a belt. They're saying they're going to run it back with Pitbull Cruz. Liam Paro's fighting soon. Cataro Progreso's fighting soon. And of course, this fight is a big one as well. So best of luck, Arnold. We hope everything goes well in training camp. We appreciate your time once again. And we'll be rooting for you, man.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate you guys, man. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it.
All right.
Awesome.
Hola amigos, soy Juan Francisco AtR. Quiero mandar un saludo para mis amigos de Contra las Cuerdas. Échenle muchas ganas. Un abrazo, muchas bendiciones.
Shout out to Against the Ropes. You know what mine is? Let's box, bitches. It's almost fight night.
Shout out to Against the Ropes. Thank you for the support. Keep doing your thing. You're doing a great job. So thank you and best wishes.
Huge shout out to Against the Ropes. Against the Ropes.
Shout out to Against the Ropes. Thank you guys for the interview, and hope to see you guys soon.
Against the Ropes, always doing the right thing.
Shout out to Against the Ropes, man. I appreciate you guys for having me, taking the time out y'all day.
Against the Ropes, #1.
Freddie Roach.
Thank you very much.